Hi there. It's the 1st of July 2024, and this is another just update on how Archaeology Rush is doing. Um, so, there's a couple of things just to cover this week, just to show off. That I'm excited to show off. But the first thing, just to mention, a couple of housekeeping, and sort of general notes is that the 26th of August, Monday the 26th of August, is in the demo release for this game. That's the plan, that's the deadline. Hopefully, it won't move. I think setting a deadline is sort of a good direction for the game, for the demo, not for the whole game. But then after that point, we can talk about what's actually going to go into the whole game, and I've got some ideas for that I'm kind of holding back on. So once the demo's out the way, then we can go on further with that. But yeah, so I think that's the main housekeeping part of this. The next part is, well, first of all, if you don't know what Archeology Rush is, it's a cooperative, competitive puzzle platformer where you play with and against, well, either yourself or up to 4 players. And you work together, but also work against each other to get the become the most famous archaeologist. And so, basically, there's a cast of 4 characters, and whoever has the most treasure at the end kind of wins. And so this week, I've actually been doing 2 of those characters. So the first of them is a person called Henry Pepper. Now, this is based on a real-life Egyptologist called Henry Salt. And he's an English Egyptologist. He's consul general in Egypt. And he's a painter and quite a ruthless businessman. He's cuts quite a portly figure. I'll zoom in for this just to show off the character in his sort of overcoat. So yeah. And then the second character added in this week is Amelia Giovanni, English-Italian novelist, abandoned writing stories about ghosts to, and also a life as a strong woman in the circus to try and plunder the tombs of Egypt. She's tenacious, and yeah, ready to kind of fight for her spoils. So yeah, that's the 2 characters added in this week. You'll notice on the menu there's space for 2 others. And once I get those characters in and drawn and all of that, then I can move to actually finishing off that main menu art over the course of the next few weeks. But yeah, setting a deadline to 2 months to get this done. So yeah, let's show off the 2 new other features. So you'll notice, if you've watched the previous video, that this isn't normally where we start. Normally we would start, and I'll just select a 2-player game for the minute, in this sort of dingy kind of small room, and this is less small. And that is because I've added in a new feature, which is the slide. Players can now slide down slopes. So slopes were added in, I think, about 4 or 5 weeks ago. And now you can slide down them. This kind of needs some tuning. But yeah, it feels pretty nice to slide down them. Yeah, so I still got a bit of tweaking. Still not perfect, but we'll get there. But the second feature, which I'll show off in a minute, it's like, I'm down at the bottom of this slope and I need to get to the top quick. So now players can dash to try and beat their opponent to it. Now, I'm still kind of working out some of the design elements of dash and how I want to award it. At the moment, you just get a dash every second. And I've still not done the art properly for the dash. But we are we're getting there. The moving around feels nice. It's good to be able to jump kind of in front of other players. And so yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this in the playtest. This was something that was quite commonly requested. But yeah, so I'm just going to give the 10 or so levels just a bit of a playtest with a dash and see where we get to. It definitely feels a lot better to play, and it's harder to see watching it. I think we have a couple of bugs where some of that movement carries on. Looks like the timer isn't being reset once you complete and dash into the end. I don't think that's going to be too much of a problem because of a design feature that I'm planning, but yeah, we'll see. Definitely makes sort of this kind of parkour feel a lot better. And yeah, it's just so much easier to get through the different levels. Just makes it nicer to play. Don't know why I didn't actually try and sort of ride out a slope there. Yeah, and it looks like some of the like starting stuff is a bit bugged, so I'll have to test that out. But yeah, it's so much easier to play, so much nicer, so much less kind of clunky. So yeah, it just feels better to move around. So I'm definitely very happy with the changes this week. I'll be interested to see what happens when people play them. But I think it's coming together nicely. Right, let's do this. There's also, of course, the big issue with the fact that I know the game inside and out. So yeah, we need to get some more levels in at some point, but that might not be something we can do for the demo. I've already got a full inventory. I've got some ideas for the other treasures and how we can maybe kind of help manage your inventory, because I think 4 items in the inventory is kind of a good amount. But I think it definitely needs to. It needs some improvement because it's not fun losing items, and whilst that's very much intentional, we just need to work out kind of what's going on and how we can improve it. Let's just get this treasure here. And there's definitely more that we can do with this system. Nice. Whoa. Come on. Oh, nearly. Try my best. Oh. Nice. So, I still haven't updated the graphic for this, so I think that's going to need some work. But yeah, so that's Archaeology Rush as of the 1st of July. Yeah, I hope that you're seeing the improvement of it, but hopefully we can continue to improve it now. I've got some good ideas, so I'm going to turn on just getting the rest of the characters in and showing them off hopefully to you next week. That's ideal, but also adding in a couple more features in the meantime, just to see how we get on, and just to really try and bring it together towards the demo. I think what's probably going to happen is we'll just get some of these more, these already scoped in items in, and then eventually we will move it such that we're just bug fixing and tightening everything up, getting the art in, finishing off the art. So I think the next month of updates is definitely going to be the more interesting of the next 2 months up until the demo. But yeah, thanks for watching, and have a good week.